The 3 fastest ways in which you can grow your coaching consultancy business without the hassle. My name is Ed JC Smith. I got a second chance at life, and I'm here to help you live life on your terms. In today's session, I'm going to take you through the 3 fastest ways to grow your coaching consultancy business without the hassle. Number 1, organic traffic. Organic free traffic. Now, most people know about organic traffic, and so people say, Ed, what's the best way to do it? I'm going to show you a couple of organic strategies, and then I'm going to build out some other variations on the core overview of the quickest ways. Organic traffic, depending again on your niche, depending on your expertise, etc., is going to be one of these. I still massively rate Facebook groups. Facebook groups have collected a load of people that are in your niche. For example, if you're in the spiritual niche, all right, there's hundreds of thousands of people in spiritual groups. Or if you're in the fitness niche, there's loads of people in fitness groups. Okay, if you're in the business niche, there's so many tailored, groups that, the ClickFunnels group, 270,000 people, whatever. Right, those are pretty hardcore, expert sort of people. They're hanging out there already. All you need to do is just nurture and hang out in this group, provide great value, and you actually have to look at a group strategy and sit there and nurture that group for a period of time. One of my clients was able to do this over a period of time in a very specific niche, and they actually gave him admin rights for the group, which allowed him to control that group, and that group had 17,000 people already. Sometimes people, they don't value, or they're not appreciative of the fact that, Facebook have collected all these people for us online already. They've done the work for you. And so a Facebook group is, free groups. Obviously, there's some very specific things that I recommend doing, and there's specific things do not to do, right? So for example, don't go in there and start pitching. Don't go in there and say, buy my stuff. Don't go in there and say, direct message me. The goal is to sit there like a community and just, take out 2 weeks, right? And really nurture that group every single day, like for an 8-hour period. Imagine if you, for an 8-hour period, nurtured a group of 100,000 people for 2 weeks, you would get a lot of organic traffic back to your profile page. Link your profile page to an opt-in so that you can collect their email address in some shape or form. Maybe you're giving away a free guide, maybe you're doing a free training / an automated webinar, and so you can collect that email address. Boom, that's organic traffic for you, okay? So, we've got our group sorted out. What else? Clubhouse right now, at the moment of filming this, is really, really good. You need a team of you to do it. You can't do it individually. Really, it's going to be difficult. So go collect your power team and start holding up rooms, and then get other people to join the room, and it ramps the number of the room up. And then do some content pieces over a period of time. Ask people questions within the audience, and then do a mini pitch into your DMs. So they start engaging into your DMs, and then obviously, get them out of Instagram, either with a consultancy call or, again, a live webinar. Especially, those are the 2 kind of calls to actions that I'd recommend as a coach, consultant, author: webinar or consultation call. So those are 2 organic sources. I of course, I'm gonna, I tell you, Instagram is okay. I do think the algorithm is a bit dead over there as a whole. But right now, as I'm filming this, Reels are getting great exposure. So if you do have a very specific targeted niche, some of our clients in the beauty space do really well, the health space do really well. And then I'd say, actually, let's go in with one more: TikTok, right? TikTok, a lot of our clients are getting massive organic reach right now, with a very specific way, with less than, 5,000 followers on an account. Some of their videos are 150,000, 250,000, views, and collecting an email address off it, and, going direct into Instagram off the back of it. So, there's 4 organic sources. I think they are the quickest and the fastest and the most powerful in today's market. All right, let's do number 2. All right, the second fastest way you're going to actually grow your business, in no particular order. Somebody say, well, is organic better than, is number 1 better than number 2? Is number 2? I would say depends again on your expertise, depends again on your niche. Obviously, the goal is to run all of these 3. I'm actually going to say you need to start with number 2, okay? Then number 1, and then number 3. Okay, so Ed, what's number 2? Number 2 is paid traffic, y'all. Don't be scared. It's going to be good. You're going to be good. I promise you, you don't need to spend hundreds of thousands a day. All right, you don't need to spend millions a minute. All right, you can start with a small amount. Some of our clients start with £1 or £2. I recommend between £5 and £10 per day is a really good testing amount for someone just starting. The goal is to see that cost per conversion so that you can see how much does it cost to acquire a client. How much does it cost to acquire a client? That's what you need to know. All right, if you're a serious business owner, if you're a serious coach consultant and you really want to scale online in the quickest way possible, paid traffic is going to do it in rapid time. So number 2 is what I actually recommend you starting with. Why? Because here's the deal, y'all. Are you ready? Dial this one down. As soon as you put a post out, you can see whether it's working or not. Now, what do you need to do from that post? You need to do an offer. All right, an ad is just a post. We're starting with Facebook. It's the easiest to get going. It's the quickest. Less than 24 hours, you can get feedback on that to see whether actually someone wants to put their email address in exchange for the thing that you're offering. What can you offer? PDF. All right, still solid in the market. PDF guide written in a specific way. So you're calling out an ideal client, you're calling out an ideal problem, and it's very problem focused. It has to be problem focused. If you say, Ed, I've tried it before, the truth is, if it didn't work for you, it's because it wasn't written in the right way. All right, it wasn't written in the correct way. You have to be talking about problems today, and you most likely would have done a how-to guide. How-to guides don't work. That's what doesn't work, how-to guides, but PDFs do. We've got clients with lead generation of less than a couple of dollars, like less than $1. Some of them less than 50p, so that's less than 50 cents for a one email address. And so you do the maths on that. You spend 1,000 on that, you've got best part of 10,000 email addresses. If you have 10,000 email addresses and you make an offer to that, even over email marketing, you're gonna $1,000 to get 10,000 email addresses means that just one offer at $2,000 and you're double the ROI, the return on investment, which is massive. Okay, so you've got to be clear on what you're delivering, what the offer is, and so either a free PDF or maybe a free video, which is a 30-minute content video, done in a specific way that's structuring the offer. So it's really, that's what our webinar is today. Our front-end automated webinar is 26 minutes with a clear call to action to book a call to see if anyone wants to work with us as a business to get further along. And that's what we run ads to day in, day out, night in, day in, whatever you want to say. So pay traffic. So once you get Facebook ads working, then you can move to YouTube. YouTube is a slightly different format. It's a slightly longer video time. So it's a slightly different sort of kind of social media platform as a whole, which I'm sure you get. But when people are on YouTube, obviously they're sitting there, they're typing content and you are jumping those ads out in front of that content. So they are looking for those sorts of keywords. So it has to have a bit more of an educational space to it, right? Makes sense. So I recommend like 6 to 7 minutes for a YouTube ad, whereas a really solid converting Facebook ad, 20 seconds will do the job, and it's actually quicker because obviously Facebook ads is a disruptive platform, so you're hijacking someone else's feed with that ad. Let me give you another ad platform that we're testing at the moment, which is TikTok. So that's 3 ad platforms. At the moment, our cost per lead at the moment, which is just very, very early days, looks like it could be really effective, but I'll give you some updates on that as we go along. But that's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, a gold standard of any advertising platform. That's going to be your quickest way to grow your coaching consultancy business. Obviously, you need to have a very good offer. You need to have a very good written PDF. You need to have a very good, training, etc. And if you need help with that, of course, I can help you with it. That's what I specialize in. All you need to do is book a call with the team. Click the link below, and you can jump on a call, and they can actually help you design that on a one-to-one session. The third fastest way in which to grow your coaching consultancy business is going to be joint partnerships. All right, joint partnerships within your niche. Now, as I said, start with number 2, as I said, start with number 2, paid traffic. Number 1, organic traffic. Number 3, partnerships is going to be a massive part of lead generation for you, but they take time to nurture. You're going to have to find people in your industry that you get on well with, that have a non-comparable offer, so they're not offering the same thing as you. Otherwise, there's going to be a competing against it. So for many years, I ran live events, and I would do a core offer, and then I'd invite other people in the industry to come and present also. And then I would take a percentage split of the service. Each deal is individual, depending again on what they were bringing to the table. Some of them we were building, long-term relationships with, so that offer is slightly different. It's negotiable, and it's up to you to kind of sort out what works for both parties. At the end of the day, it has to work for both parties. If the other party is bringing a massive audience, then they're going to expect to have a higher percentage. If you're bringing a massive audience, then you're going to expect to have a higher percentage. It's kind of really as simple as that. I would say relationship equity is one of the most underrated areas of which you could specialize in the market. So it's definitely something that you should double down on, because it will give you stability for the rest of your life. And in today's market, there really is no such thing as competition, because there is so much. There's so many clients available. All right, it's very scarce to think you need to compete against everyone else. Competition, y'all, it's for losers. All right, collaboration is the game of which business is today. It's actually much easier to collaborate than you ever think. And hey, look, heads up, it's lonely. Being an entrepreneur is lonely. So, create those partnerships, create that equity within those relationships. Start with a real place of giving, really building those relationships based on authenticity and genuinely giving a shit. I realized very early on that I wasn't good at things. There are certain things I just wasn't good at. So for example, like my tax, we're sorting out my tax situation at the moment. All right, and straight from day dot, I started in 1996. I got an accountant to help me out, and that got my thinking in. Anything that I don't like doing, outsource it to someone that's really good at it. Really speeds up the process. I got my best friend to jump in on with me as a business partnership, and I gave him 50% of equity so that he would run the operations, the whole thing. And so I spend the majority of my time producing content, lead generation, and serving our clients. And that's the systems that we've built up that work today. That being said, if you want a really clear plan of exactly how to grow your coaching consultancy business without the hassle, all right, so that you can get paid clients in the quickest way possible. A lot of people really struggle to get paid clients. So just a heads up, if you want a really clear plan of exactly how to grow your coaching consultancy business without the hassle, so you can get paid clients in the quickest way possible. So you can go from 0 to 10,000 in your first month in the quickest way possible using a 3-step system. All right, once you've done that 10,000, and I know maybe that sounds huge to you, I get that, but it's actually not that difficult based off a group coaching model. You can do it in a one-to-one model, but it's quicker to do it in a group coaching model. And so it really is only 20 people at 494, which is not a massive amount. You do the maths of that. Now, of course, you can charge more. All right, you could do it at 994, and that's less people, that's 10. But as soon as you do 20 people at 994, that's your first 20,000 month. All right, so we've got an exact step-by-step process of how to do that using a 3-step process. It's called my clients and automation method. All right, and so how you duplicate it from the 10K months to the 100K year is actually following that same process. So we actually automate that month, that first initial month, we do a whole live process, and then we switch to automation. If you want the exact 0 to 10K in the first month or 0 to 100K in the first year, if you want the exact plan, if you're already doing over 100K, then we've got the same process that we duplicate for the 100K per month. If you want the step-by-step process is exactly how to do it, click the link, book a call with my team, and you'll get a one-to-one coaching session on exactly how to do that in your business. All right, it's a straight up consultation session. It is a true value of $500. We have had amazing feedback from people that have jumped up on the calls, and they have had a great experience. We actually got emailed in a couple of weeks ago of someone that booked a consultation session with another provider out there. You probably know their name. They paid $800 for a consultation session. They weren't that happy with it, jumped on one of our calls with our team, were blown away, walked away with a really clear plan of exactly how to go from 0 to 10,000 in that first month and 0 to 100,000 duplication off the back of that, turning the whole thing into an automated process. And so, I have a program called the Clients and Automation Process, and on that session with my team, they'll take you through the clients and automation methodology and how you can use it exactly in your business right now, because you're unique, you're individual, and you need someone that actually works out it with you specifically. So they are limited. They do go really quick, just a heads up on that. And so All you need to do is click the link, go through the booking page, fill out the application so you're really clear on where you are right now to where you want to be. And they'll give you a bespoke individual one-to-one session so that you're really clear on that. At the end of that session, if you potentially want to become a client, they'll walk you through what that entails, but it's not a pushy sales call. It's a straight up consultation session, and you'll leave that with a really clear plan of exactly how to go to 0 to 10,000 in that first month, how to duplicate that up to hit your 100,000 a year, and then duplicate that down, speed that whole process up so you can do 100,000 per month. We've had a bunch of clients do that, so super excited. If that's what you want, click the link and book a call. It's completely free with my team, and we'll make sure you get that. That being said, thank you for watching the video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.